Good noon, everyone. This is our group collage. The journey to investigate one of our time's most pressing issues, climate change and the impending energy crisis, we recognize that choices we make today will shape the world we live for future generations as we come together with open minds and hearts. Climate change, with its far-reaching implications, has emerged as an undeniable reality that requires our immediate attention. Our planet, our home, is in the grip of an unprecedented crisis. Rising temperatures, extreme weather events, melting ice caps, and deteriorating ecosystems are just a few of the many challenges we face. At the same time, we are on the verge of an energy crisis. Our reliance on fossil fuels, which once fueled our progress and prosperity, has now turned into a ticking time bomb. But our hope lies in the realism of knowledge and inquiry. We seek to unravel complexities, broaden our understanding. We are working together to investigate the links between climate change and the energy crisis in order to find sustainable solutions that will shape a brighter future.
The impact of climate change has been very evident now. It has greatly affected the lives of people, animals, and other living things in our biodiversity. It affects the livelihood and the natural resources. Our country, the Philippines, is one of the most affected countries to climate change. Its immense impact causes floods due to intense rainfall, droughts, threats to biodiversity and food security, sea level rise, and public health risks. We Filipinos are beginning to experience the warmer temperatures than before. All the areas of the Philippines are becoming warmer, and it causes destruction to most people. If these effects of climate change continue to emerge, what will happen to our dreams, the future of younger generations? Only the people themselves have stolen our dreams, the empty words. And yet, they're not doing anything but think about themselves, their money, and all about economic interests. People are suffering, people are dying, the entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of mass extinction, but there's no action. They are failing us. We are greatly affected by climate change, and we should do something and save the planet. We only have one Earth.
These are some mitigation measures that can be taken to avoid the increase of pollutant emission, such as renewable energy, when it comes to tackling climate change, to prevent the impact it causes in the various systems of the planet. Commercializing and expanding technology like solar, wind, small hydro, biopower, focusing on energy efficiency, and electrifying industrial process. This can greatly assist in mitigating the danger brought on by climate change.
Climate change is primarily caused by human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial emissions. These actions releases greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, leading to global warming. It is also important to note that natural factors such as volcanic eruptions and variations in solar radiation also influences the Earth's climate. However, the current rapid changes in climate patterns are predominantly driven by human activities. The consequences of climate change in society are extensive and include rising temperature, changes in rainfall patterns, sea level rise, more frequent and intense extreme weather events, loss of biodiversity, disruptions to agriculture, health risks, and socio-economic consequences. Urgent actions is needed to mitigate the greenhouse gas emissions and adapt to the impact of climate change to protect our communities and ensure a sustainable future.
Strong warns a global energy crunch is likely to boost global oil demand by 500,000 barrels per day. That's enough to stoke inflation and slow the economic recovery.
Many individuals will suffer if the energy or electricity entirely fails. Imagine the world without electricity. there's no gadget, appliances, or vehicles function. Try to imagine your sons and daughters studying at night without electricity, and the only thing they have is a candlelight. See what I mean? How difficult life is when the power goes out totally. Understanding the energy issue is the concern that the world's demands on the limited natural resources required to power modern society are shrinking as demand increases. These resources are in limited supply, and replenishing the reserves will take thousands of years. The primary causes of the energy issue are our growing population and excessive usage of non-renewable energy sources. We must learn how to save electricity so that this crisis will end sooner, and we must improve electricity sufficiency so that the next generation of our species will not suffer.
Why not develop and employ devices that utilize other renewable energies like steam, solar, and wind? Rather than relying on these non-renewable fuels, we can use CFL or LED lights instead of our conventional bulbs because they are more energy efficient and have longer lives than the ones we were using. Energy simulation software can be quite helpful for a large organization and corporate entities by redesigning the structure and lowering operational energy expenditures. The developing countries should above all take a unified stance and against climate change. They ought to concentrate on developing a cross-border mechanism that is efficient in reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Despite all of these possibilities, all of these potential solutions in the energy crisis, sad to say that not everyone can adopt it